Well, it was the darkest time of her life, but this local author chose to share her story of grief with others in her book, Incapable of Letting Go. Jo Outland made local headlines when authorities say they had discovered the body of her mother at home covered in blankets. She was arrested for hiding the body for over a month. Jo writes about that time and shares her story in this book. This morning, she joins us here in our studio to talk about the pain, the investigation, and most importantly, the recovery. And Jo, it is good to have you as a guest on Daytime Tri-Cities.
I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you so much.
You walked through the door and I said, you look so familiar, and I remembered you from my years of working in Bristol at the other station, and you're very involved in the community. You were a teacher for many years.
Yes, that's correct, and I've worked with children all my life until I did caretaking of my mother when she became ill. And I've lived in Bristol all my life, too.
So you have lots of friends, you know people in the community.
That's very true.
Take us back to the story, because a lot of people, I'm sure, as you know, very familiar with your name. Your mother actually passed a few days after Christmas, right?
Yes, she did. It was actually on December the 29th, very early in the morning. And she passed away, but I found myself embroiled in this situation where I could not accept her death. It was something, Amy, I never wanted to accept in my life, because we were very close. It was like I was her world and she was my world, and we were just extremely close. I went to school in Bristol for college, and I stayed close to my family because family is very important to me. And when she passed away, I couldn't handle it. I mean, it was just like a paralysis type thing, a shock, a denial. I don't know how else to describe it. And I can't remember exactly the whole time that all of that took place, but before I knew it, I was arrested for concealing a body, which I didn't even know that charge exists, okay? I didn't say, let me do this and break a law. I had no idea. I had no idea that one such existed. I understand that they told me I broke the law, but it wasn't in my mind or any of my thoughts at the time. I just could not accept it. It was just too painful because we were too close.
And it took you, I mean, it wasn't just a few days.
Oh, no.
It was
actually 44 days. And I found that out after all of this took place myself, when I came to what I will declare as my reality day of realizing the whole situation. And I think one of the worst parts was I found myself embroiled in this investigation, arrested when I have never even been in trouble before in my life, much less received a traffic ticket. And then all of a sudden I'm in the media eye. I am going to court over this situation. I'm being charged. But at the same time, all I wanted, and I know I say this in the book, I just wanted people to realize I just lost my mom. That was all that was on my mind, that I lost my mother when I came to the reality of it happening. So a friend suggested that I write a book. I thought, this is going to be too difficult. There's no way I can do this. Once I started, I did it. And I'm very proud of it. I want it to be a tribute to my mother, but it was also a healing process for me.
And so in your book, you're very honest.
Yes.
You talk about what happened.
That's exactly right.
But you say, I'm sure for you, looking back, that's just all one big hazy.
You have got it. That's exactly right. It was extremely hazy. And as I said, I was trying to deal with the grief of someone that I lost, but I had to deal with this other part of the situation first that I never even expected, I never even thought would come, you know, to fruition. I had no idea. But I will say one thing, I've learned a great deal from the experience. I know goodness comes out of badness, just like the Bible says. And my message in this book, Amy, is that through God, you can do anything. And I seriously mean that. The people that He sends to you for your support, the people He sends to assist you, I mean, it may be a smile, it may be a hug. In my book, it's called Blessings of Undying Support. And I received every single one of them, almost every single day, even hour by hour. And it amazed me. And I want people to read my story. It's ugly, it's devastating, and it's bizarre. but it's beautiful because I survived. I survived because of God's help and all the people that came into my life. And I have never, it was the most traumatic event I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
But I cannot be more grateful for the support I was shown. It wasn't always easy. There were many tragic times, many tragic circumstances and everything. But with God's help, I made it. And that's my story. So,
that's her story. And you
yes.
can read her story
Yes.
in her book, Incapable of Letting Go. And you can find it at Barnes & Noble. Joe, thanks
Yes.
so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Amy. I appreciate you.
We'll
Thank
be
you.
right back.